In my family in Laos, the crispy spring rolls we used to eat were always very big. So I'm going to show you how to make big crispy spring rolls with a crab and meat stuffing. Start by soaking half ounce of black fungus for 30 minutes. Also soak 2 ounces of glass noodles while continuing the preparation. Remove the rind for 1 pound of pork belly. You can also use chicken meat. And cut the meat into chunks. For this recipe, I like to use pork belly because the fat it contains adds softness and flavor to the stuffing. Chop it. Put it in a mixing bowl. You can find crab meat in frozen blocks or in cans. I prefer the canned one. It has more flavors. I need half pound of crab meat by removing the juice. Keep it for soup. It is rich in umami. Put the meat with the pork belly. Add half teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of ground pepper, 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of fish sauce. Combine first without the vegetables, so the salt and fish sauce are absorbed by the meat. This prevents the vegetables from releasing too much water afterwards. Finally, slice 5 ounces of onion. Add them too. Drain the black fungus. Remove their food. Slice them into thin julienne. You can also roughly chop them in the food processor. Add them. They bring flavor and crunch to the stuffing. Drain the glass noodles. Cut them into 1-inch sections. They'll lighten the texture of the stuffing. Also add 1 grated carrot and 4 ounces of bean sprouts for crunch. Mix all together until getting a sticky stuffing. All kinds of rice paper are suitable for making crispy spring rolls. Some thinner are suitable for making fresh spring rolls. Some other are thicker and more resistant to frying. I prefer to use the thicker one to make crispy spring rolls. Place a wet and drawn out cloth on the work surface. Soak a rice paper in very hot water at about 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Take it out immediately and place it on the cloth. Turn it over so that the excess water is absorbed by the cloth. On contact, it softens in few seconds. Put 3 tablespoons of stuffing near the bottom edge of the rice paper, leaving a margin. Fold the 2 sides toward the center by making 2 straight and parallel folds. Fold the bottom of the paper and spread the stuffing across the entire width of a spring roll. Then roll up, tightening the stuffing and pushing out as much air as possible until the end. My roll measures 5 to 6 inches long. For usual size crispy spring roll, we would only put 1 tablespoon of filling. To obtain very crispy spring rolls, cooking is done in 2 stages. For the first cooking, the oil is preheated to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Put the rolls in the oil for 7 minutes. If they swell, don't worry. If they stick together, don't try to separate them immediately. They will tear. Remove them and let them cool on the rack for at least 5 minutes. At this point, you can freeze them or keep them in the fridge for 3 to 4 days. Then do the second fry at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 to 6 minutes until the spring rolls become golden and crispy. Take them out and place them on the rack for a few minutes. This frying oil can be used 3 to 4 times. I remind you how to make the Nuoc Tam Vietnamese dipping sauce at the end of this video. To enjoy the big crispy spring rolls like we used to do back home, we cut them into pieces. We wrap each piece in salad and lots of herbs, mint, cilantro, Thai basil, Vietnamese mint, shiso. And we dip it in the Nuoc Tam Vietnamese dipping sauce. Bon appétit! You can also enjoy them by dipping them directly in the sauce. The crab and pork belly crispy spring rolls are very fragrant. These big rolls allow us to enjoy the stuffing better and soak it more in the sauce. They are a meal and not a starter. If you have frozen your spring rolls, before cooking the second time, let them defrost. Or if you are in a hurry, fry them still frozen, extending the time by a few minutes. The second cooking can also be done in a pan with a little oil or in the oven. Start by weighing 3 ingredients: 75 grams of water, 50 grams of fish sauce, called Nuoc Mam in Vietnamese, and 75 grams of sugar. Put them into a saucepan. Combine. Heat over low heat. Stir from time to time. When the sauce is about to boil, turn off the heat and let it cool. Cut the limes. Squeeze them. Take 50 grams of juice and a little pulp. Put them into the sauce. Chop the garlic cloves very finely. Add them too. In the traditional sauce, we use a very hot burst high chilies. If you want to reduce the degree of spiciness, you have to remove the white part with the seeds. I like to use all the varieties of red chilies that are much less hot. Chop them very finely and add them. The Nuoc Tam sauce is ready. Thank you and see you at the next homemade dish on Morgan Recipes.